criminality. And the local media in Albany, I would say, they're near the top of the list for reporters and public officials who ignore, deny, condone, excuse, encourage, and even lie about it. Let's look at this story as an example.
Hi, Kate. And shoppers here are still noticeably on edge after that carjacker stole the elderly victim's car in broad daylight.
Oh my gosh, I was here yesterday. That's really scary.
For Yvonne Garcia, a trip to Colony Center Mall turned into a frightening reality check Monday when she learned a 77-year-old woman had been carjacked in the parking lot in broad daylight Sunday afternoon.
Look, I'm not going to bore you with the rest of this story because we don't learn anything else at all about the crime. Well, we do learn the color of the car. We learned the name of the diner, and she talked to about 3 other customers there that said, "Oh my, that's terrible. I didn't think that kind of thing happened around here." Well, the reason you didn't think it happened around there is because local reporters and public officials ignore, deny, condone, excuse, encourage, and even lie about the level of black violence and black on white crime in Albany. There's a ton of it there. I remember when I was reading, when I wrote "Don't Make the White Girl Bleed a Lot," and the big dog in Albany, his name is Casey Seiler. Casey did this big column that was supposed to be the big takedown of Colin Flaherty. Every single one of these takedowns always ends up proving my point, because these guys, people that write about race, people that write about white racism and how black people are relentless victims of it, they never get any pushback. So they don't really know how often it is that they sound goofy. So this guy, Casey Seiler from Albany, he writes a big column going, "Well, Colin, 1, that stuff you said doesn't exist, and 2, here's why it exists, because of 400 years of slavery." I know that sounds stupid. I know that sounds unbelievable that somebody is actually picking up a paycheck for writing something doesn't exist and explaining why the thing you said doesn't exist, why it really exists, but even though you just keep denying it exists. I know that sounds stupid. That's how they roll, not just in Albany, but all over the dang place. So I got calls and emails from a couple people on this story. Everybody now, including a cop, everybody's saying the same thing. Colin, this is a black person was the carjacker. An old white lady was the victim. How many more examples of black on senior violence are we going to have to see until they overwhelm even the ability of Hillary Clinton to stand up in front of a national audience and tell everybody that black people are relentless victims of relentless white racism when it's the opposite? When the fact is, everybody in Albany knows the drill. Go shopping. Go to the Christmas. It's weird. You can go to the Christmas tree store in July. They've got one of those near my house. Anyway, you go to the Christmas tree store. As long as you remember one thing, even at the Christmas tree store in July, don't make the black kids angry.